There's been so many really interesting responses to that Emily Ratajkowski video I made, which was breaking down an essay by Haley Nauman that was kind of critiquing and also just reacting to the viral essay and also Emily's book, and sort of, hinting at this idea of choice feminism and questioning whether that's actually good for the collective. And someone commented, it's called the patriarchal bargain. And I hadn't actually heard of that term before. And so I was really curious. So I went to Wikipedia and I read about it. And it says, the term patriarchal bargain describes the strategies women employ to gain a greater degree of security and autonomy within the bounds of their sex-based oppression. Different forms of patriarchal oppression necessitate tailored patriarchal bargains. Thus, the concept can be used to reveal the particular dimensions of patriarchy and its various modalities across societies and cultures. Super fascinating. I thought also that Geek Feminism did a good job at succinctly describing it as well, where they said patriarchal bargaining is a tactic where a woman in a misogynistic culture reinforces the notion of men's superiority or conforms to patriarchal demands of her gender in order to get ahead or sometimes just to survive. I thought the inclusion of or sometimes just to survive was like a really important thing to include there, because sometimes I feel like these conversations don't take into account like the varying degrees of intersectional agency that women have based on their like social, economic, racial, whatever position within the society. And I was reading these definitions, and please correct me if I'm wrong. An example that came to mind right away was Serena Joy Waterford from The Handmaid's Tale, Margaret Atwood's beloved classic novel that was turned into, a very popular television series on Hulu. Now, I've only seen the first, I believe, 2 seasons, but from what I remember of season 1 and of the book, I think that maybe Serena Joy Waterford might be a good example of the patriarchal bargain. Basically, like being a proponent, because in the world of that, she's like a writer and she promotes this like ideology, but ultimately it fosters like a secure place for her in the hierarchy as the wife of the commander. I don't know if this is actually like a good example of it, so please correct me in the comments and let me know if you can think of other examples of the patriarchal bargain, because I'm really fascinated by this idea, and thank you to this commenter for sharing this because it was really interesting reading about it. Thanks to everyone who's had like interesting replies to that Emily Ratajkowski video, and I really mean no shade towards her. I just think it's important to amplify these conversations because I think sometimes the intersectionality can get lost in the fray, and it's important to just approach these things with multiple lenses and consider lots of different people's perspectives. I love you guys, and I hope you're having a good day.